What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. Check it out. I was doing good until my nephew came past. You know, I got to stop. Family, baby, that comes first. So I had to stop and talk to him about a little bit of stuff. You know, I said, F it. Okay, cool. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, check this out, man. Shock video. Trump teen victim has resurfaced, y'all, at worst moment of Trump's life. Man, that's just a picture of him, the president. Well, I don't know if he was the president doing this picture, but Trump, a successful guy, dancing with a little kid. They just dancing. I mean, the thing, I don't think. Anyway, y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out.
This is really, honestly, just disgusting, horrific things we're going to talk about here. We must talk about them because it has to deal with the President of the United States. There has been some resurfaced footage of a Trump accuser saying that she was nearly 13 when the president, I don't want to get flagged, but the president did things that no one should do to a 13-year-old girl. Also, in the Epstein files now, there has been accusations that Donald Trump took away a young girl's virginity, and Jeffrey Epstein was upset about that. And of course, Thomas Massie is warning Republicans that this is all going to come to a head one way or another. Let's start with this horrific resurfaced footage of a victim, one of Trump's victims allegedly, who said she was 13 when the president hurt her.
Donald Trump knew that I was 13 because the first night that I was there, Tiffany actually suggested that, and she had a whole bunch of different wigs, and I expressed interest in them. You know, I always told her that I would love to walk around with blue hair, and so I tried some on, and there was a blonde wig that she said that looked great on me, so I wore that wig, and Donald Trump had specifically asked about me because I remind him of his daughter, and she said, well, she's 13 as well. So he knew the first time that he saw me, but he took a liking to me because I look like his daughter.
Damn.
The reason I'm coming out now is when it happened originally, I just wanted to forget about the whole incident. And when I saw that he was running for president, I felt it was my responsibility to come out and tell our country what kind of man this person is.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that was Katie Johnson. She's one of Trump's alleged victims. She came out in the 2016 election cycle and said that Donald Trump touched her, defiled her when she was 13 years old. And as she said there, Donald Trump said he took a liking to her because she looked like Ivanka, who was also 13. And let me remind you, Donald Trump has a very strange relationship with his daughter.
Yet at times, his fatherly praise is downright cringeworthy, like on The View in 2006.
I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick.
Far from protecting his daughter from being talked about as a sex object, he has encouraged it multiple times on Howard Stern's radio show in 2004 and then again in 2006.
By the way, your daughter,
She's beautiful.
can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than...
Guys, we're going to keep going, but that will never freak me out. That's so fucking weird. It's weird.
There's no way in the world. What is wrong with these people? And this is who y'all voted into office and thought he was going to not lie to you about the Epstein files? Now that you clearly know he lied, now you want to take your vote back. Hey, well, I ain't know he was going to lie. I thought he was going to reveal the Epstein files. Why would he reveal something that he's on? He's on the files. What makes you think he's not on the files with all this mess going on and him talking about grabbing by the beep, 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 beep.
Bullshit.
Grabbing by the
Bullshit.
Grabbing by the
Bullshit.
Here we go, man.
Weird. It's gross. It's gross. How did we elect this guy? I know we didn't, but how did this country elect this person? It's just disgusting.
Never.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
In May, Ivanka described herself as a feminist while defending her father on CBS after a scathing New York Times article about his alleged negative treatment of women.
Is there unending commentary on the female form?
No. I've known my father, obviously, my whole life, and he has total respect for women.
Please welcome the lovely Ivanka Trump.
Still, even Ivanka seemed confused when talk show host Wendy Williams asked about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Again, never going to get over it. Okay, so clearly there's some there. We just saw with our own eyes, probably not new to you. New maybe with everything else that's going on. It definitely has a different shade to it than it did a couple of weeks ago. Now, I also don't want to remind you that Donald Trump admitted to going into the Miss Universe and Miss Teen USA pageant dressing rooms. He would go backstage while they're naked, and he said he could get away with it because he owned the company.
No, I mean, some of these foreign girls, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And,
Well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with it.
Yeah, well, you're not getting away with it much longer, are you, bitch? Now, we also have this, as I said, this email came out.
That's right. And if what make it so bad is if you was a respectable man and you was really, really see, this is why I love YouTube, because I never heard of this stuff even before he ran. Only thing I heard was the clip of him saying, "Hey, all you gotta do is they'll let you grab him by the boy." Y'all know I ain't gonna say it. That's terrible for what you said. It's terrible that you are on this guy's show bragging over the fact that you get to go into while women are changing their clothes. You got a problem. You bragging on the fact that I can go because, I'm the owner of the pageant, so I can do whatever I want. And that's what the problem is. What you should not want to do. You should not want to go make other people uncomfortable in any kind of way. Of course, I want to see buck-naked girls, but not to hurt their feelings. They trying to do a job. There's been plenty of times I've been on tour and on shows and stuff, and we running around trying to get stuff done, and they changing. Y'all hold this up. We don't want, and we trying to show respect while they changing. All this time I'm glad. I thought it was more people like me. I didn't think that he would. Oh my God, this takes the cake right here. This takes the cake for your boy. That's your boy.
Women, and so I sort of get away with it.
Yeah, well, you're not getting away with it much longer, are you, bitch? Now, we also have this, as I said, this email came out where it says here, Epstein literally got pissed because Trump raped a little girl first and denied him his shot at taking her virginity. It says here, defendant Epstein had sexual contact with me at 2 of the parties that summer. On the second occasion involving defendant Epstein forced himself upon me and proceeded to rape me anally and vaginally despite my loud pleas to stop. Defendant Epstein then attempted to strike me about the head with his closed fist while he angrily screamed at me that he, defendant Epstein, should have been the one who took my virginity, not defendant Trump, before I finally managed to break away from defendant Epstein. So I know that, I do think that it's good that we are lighthearted about some of the more serious things happening here. But I kind of think when you put all of this into perspective, it's deeply disturbing. It's deeply disturbing.
Very
Though
disturbing.
It's important for us to laugh at the state we find ourselves in. It's also important to realize how serious some of this is too. Tim Dillon put it, this is a very right-wing, is he right-wing? I don't know. He's definitely not left-wing. Comedian who said this.
Let's look at Trump here. And I do think, unfortunately, this kind of is the end of, and I say unfortunately, not because I care, truly, but I say unfortunately because it seems to not be doing anything good for anyone. This is the end of the Trump administration. This is the beginning of the lame duck presidency. It's obvious to everyone, even his most ardent supporters show up to the White House, like Laura Ingraham, and she's kind of shocked going, what the hell's going on? Now we'll start, 3 years of talking about the ballroom. He will trail off. He will get older. He's adorned the White House in gold. Epstein's going to suck the oxygen out of a lot of this. We're going to talk about that a little later on. Apparently AI, by the way, the only thing I'm sure of about AI, I'm not an expert, is that AI, as soon as we have robots running around this country, they'll all be pedophiles too. There's no one in power that will apparently just not be a pedophile. All these robots will be pedophiles.
Damn.
Yeah. So to his point though,
Damn. Even the robots is going to take on. Oh my God, man. Don't say that. I cannot believe, boy. Y'all better be lucky. Y'all want to change. I don't know how to run for president, but if y'all want to change for real, let me be the president. I'm one of y'all. How can I mess? I can't mess up more than what they've been doing.
Country, they'll all be pedophiles too. There's no one in power that will apparently just not be a pedophile. All these robots will be pedophiles.
Yeah. So to his point though, Donald Trump is a lame duck now. Let's just mark it in the sand. Donald Trump is officially a lame duck. He is on his way out. He is losing power by the day. And that is why Thomas Massie earlier today reminded Republicans that though they might vote to protect Trump today, it'll come back to bite them eventually.
To happen. I would remind my Republican colleagues who are deciding how to vote, Donald Trump can protect you in red districts right now by giving you an endorsement. But in 2030, he's not going to be the president, and you will have voted to protect pedophiles if you don't vote to release these files, and the president can't protect you then. This vote, the record of this vote, will last longer than Donald Trump's.
Cuts off there, but says the record of this vote will last longer than Donald Trump's presidency. Yeah, it will. It will. So I think when you put all this stuff together, stuff we know in the public, what people have accused him credibly of, what Donald Trump is trying to stop from being released, it's a really dark, disturbing moment in American history. But I guess the one silver lining to all this is it's all coming to a head. Finally, it's coming to a head. And we're seeing that with the rift of Marjorie Taylor Greene and the rest of them, that Donald Trump isn't powerful. He isn't this unstoppable force. And it is really interesting that it's taken something like Epstein, the thing he helped bring to the limelight by saying he was going to release all these files. Now it's the one thing that totally implicated him. It's fascinating. Well, anyways, we're going to keep watching this as we do all things. So if you'd like, please do hit like. If you want to subscribe, it does help a lot. And I'll see you soon. Bye.
Very, very good information on hot mic then cracked. What? Let's see what this is right here. Trump got caught on a hot mic. The mic was still on, just like Jesse Jackson got caught to some. We need to get rid of this nigga, like ninja. That's what I said. Just in case transcript get looking. Hey, Jesse Jackson. I mean, you are in the politics. You are adult. You're grown. You know better than saying some of the stuff that you're saying out of your mouth. So, but when the camera's off, or when Uncle Mike go upstairs and everything, yeah, motherfucking yes, that. No, I try to stay exactly who I is right now, all the time. That way I ain't got to be like, you know what, this dude right here, when I see him, I got to, what up, Joe? Throw up gang signs and stuff because he think I'm a gangster. Then the next person I see, I got to, oh, hey, brother Johnson. Praise the Lord to you, Brother Johnson. How's Sister So-and-so doing? Man, F that. Then when I'm at work, you got to, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, all that. Man, whatever. Stay yourself. Be one person. Whoever don't like it, tell them to kick rocks.
Bullshit.
I can't believe so many locked in a cell. Tunnels under his house and he can't make bail. Now Trump going to be right beside him. Trump better hurry him, give him a pardon. That way Diddy can run for president and get Trump out of jail too. Oh my God. There we go, y'all. Let's see what's going on.
Ago was belligerent, insane, unhinged, snapped at multiple reporters for asking simple questions because the pressure of the Epstein files truly getting to him. He's cozying up with someone I don't think
he had a nerve to say, y'all still talking about that? I thought that was old news. Boy, don't nobody.
America should be cozying up to. And it's all because he's making money off of Saudi Arabia. Let's just be honest. That's what this is all about. It's about money. He said this. I mean, this is just a series of unfortunate moments for America. So let's just go through it one by one. But here is Donald Trump saying Saudi Arabia has been great on human rights.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. We have a extremely respected man in the Oval Office today, and a friend of mine for a long time, a very good friend of mine. And I'm very proud of the job he's done. What he's done is incredible in terms of human rights and everything else. And he's the Crown Prince, the future king, and I just want to pay my greatest respect to your father, King, who is an amazing man. I met him early on. He greeted me at the airport at an age that was pretty high up there, and it was about 117 degrees, and he was standing on the red carpet as I came out of the plane, and he's amazing. Well, thank you.
Well, this is a quick fact check on that. It's an authoritarian government. Those regarded as political dissidents are systematically repressed through methods including imprisonment, torture. Citizens face arrest for social media posts that mildly criticize government policies. Between 2017 and 2019, he led the purge of competing Saudi political and economic elites, alleging that they were involved in corruption and seizing up to $800 billion in assets and cash and cementing control over Saudi politics. A 2021 report by the United States Office of the Director of National Intelligence found that Mohammed had ordered the assassination of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. We're going to have more on that. So that's who Donald Trump is cozying up to. And he says that they've always been on the same side of every issue.
Jobs. We have a lot of jobs. So I just want to thank you. We've been really good friends for a long period of time. We've always been on the same side of every issue.
Same side of 9/11. I believe the vast majority of terrorists for 9/11 came from Saudi Arabia. There's never been a connection between the funding of Al-Qaeda and 9/11, but it's also never been fully dismissed. Perhaps on the same side of killing journalists, which is what Saudi Arabia is famous for. We also have a hot mic moment here between the prince and Trump.
He's a good guy. I'm giving you a build-up. Good guy. He is. Yes, definitely. He's a performer. That's amazing. And you're a great Scottish. And the way I was great. That's spending
Donald Trump was asked about the conflict of interest between his family and his family's business and his role as president, and he lashed out at this reporter, which makes me believe that this is definitely something we should be talking more about.
Mr. President, is it appropriate, Mr. President, for your family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president? Is that a conflict of interest? And Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the worst in the business. But I'll answer your question.
Thank you.
I have nothing to do with the family business. I have.
Mr. President, is it a...
Okay, he goes on further, but I just want to say that
this
is just a little bit of the money that the Trump or his family have made from Saudi Arabia. There's $1 billion project announced in 2024 featuring luxury residences and office space. A second project announced in September 2025. 2 Trump-branded projects in the Saudi capital were announced in December 2024. The Trump organization is reportedly in negotiations to bring up Trump-branded property to this massive government-owned $63 billion luxury development overseen by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. There's also licensing fees. Jared Kushner, former White House advisor, secured $2 billion in capital commitment from Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund for his private equity firm. I'm sure that's because Jared Kushner is a great businessman, right? So this is not happening in a vacuum. This is happening because Donald Trump is president and he has a price, and he's actually not that expensive, to be completely honest. And he's selling us all for that price.
I have nothing to do with the family business. I have left, and when I've devoted 100% of my energy. What my family does is fine. They do business all over. They've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually. I'm sure they could do a lot.
Does that sound like a little? Does that sound like a little? Billions of dollars? Now, he still owns the Trump organization. It doesn't matter that he's not running it. He still makes the money.
And anything they've done has been very good. That's what we've done. We've built a tremendous business for a long time. I've been very successful. I decided to leave that success behind and make America very successful.
Oh, yeah. He's not made a cent since he's become president. Give me a freaking break. Now, of the journalist Khashoggi, who was murdered by Saudi Arabia, Donald Trump basically was like, this journalist had it coming.
He's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a question.
He knew nothing about it. That's actually probably not true. That's probably not true. The Crown Prince said, he said, I feel painful about the families in 9/11, but how are you going to say but?
I feel painful about, the families of 9/11 in America, but, we have to focus on reality. Reality based on CIA documents and based on a lot of documents that Osama bin Laden, he used Saudi people in that event for one main purpose, is to destroy this relation, to destroy the American-Saudi relation.
I don't know, bro. I don't know about that. Now, Donald Trump is also going to sell F-35s, some of our most advanced plane technology, to Saudi Arabia. I wonder why. Could it possibly be because of the many business deals his family has secured in Saudi Arabia? Now, that is a national security risk, because what Saudi Arabia can then do is take that technology and sell it to China. And then China has a way to understand our tech. And Donald Trump, too, was just very grabby.
Another league, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
And Trump doesn't give a fist pump. I grabbed that hand. I don't give a hell where that hand's been. I grabbed that hand.
Oh, my God.
When remember Biden? He travels for 20 hours.
Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. All right. He also freaked out about the Epstein files. calling a reporter insubordinate. Last I checked, it's not the job of a reporter to bow to the President of the United States.
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. I think it's the way you ask these questions.
I think you are a terrible president. Release the files, man. Forget all the talking. Come on, who gives a, I don't care what you think. I asked a question and you ain't answer it. Think about that. That's what I would have said.
Do it now.
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude.
It ain't no
I think
attitude.
You are a terrible reporter. It's the way you ask these questions. You start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. And you could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched up. Somebody psychs you over at ABC. They're going to psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter.
What? Wait a minute. Hold up, Trump. What man are you referring to that she asked a question that they highly respect? You ask a man that's highly respectable. That's what he said. Says who? Who says you highly respected? Oh, come on, man. That's all I want to say.
You're all psyched up. Somebody psychs you over at ABC. They're going to psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter.
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to...
Jesus Christ. He's really cracking, isn't he? Now, here's the thing, is Donald Trump calls the Epstein files a hoax. He calls it a Democratic hoax, but at the same time, he says that they want to use the files to go after Democrats.
As far as the Epstein files I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked.
So again, it's all Democrats are implicated in the files, but it's also a hoax. Someone square that circle for me. I don't think that makes sense. Doesn't make sense. And then Donald Trump threatened ABC to take away their license because of the question she asked. I mean, this is how you know that this is definitely something we should be looking more and more into.
And people are wise to your hoax. And ABC's, your company, your crappy company, is one of the perpetrators. And I'll tell you something.
So why not just sign it now?
I think the license should be taken away from ABC because your news is so fake and it's so wrong. And we have a great commissioner, the chairman, who should look at that, because I think when you come in and when you're 97% negative to Trump, and then Trump wins the election in a landslide, that means obviously your news is not credible, and you're not credible as a reporter. So I've answered your question. You should go and look at the Democrats who received money from Epstein, who spent their time. Larry Summers was with him all the time. That creep, the fund guy, was with him all the time. What's his name?
Reid Hoffman.
Who? Reid Hoffman. I don't know.
Reid Hoffman actually follows me on Instagram, and I have reached out to him to see if he'd like to come on for an interview. We will see. But clearly, Trump was telling the truth that him and Saudi Arabia have a lot in common. They do not like being asked questions. In fact, they find it to be very, very offensive. And I'm sure if Donald Trump had his way, he would like to do very bad things to reporters. Sad to say. Well, we're going to keep following this. We have more videos coming up. Do hit like so more people see this. Subscribe so you can see the next one. And I'll see you soon. Bye.
Man, I got my bad. I apologize. Uncle Mike got a little beside himself on that, man. Only thing I know is it is something fishy going on up in that White House. You over there not giving us a clear answer. I would make sure everything was 100% clear. No, I'm not giving Diddy no pardon. Next question. And be like, well, why not? Because I just said so. That's why not. Next question. We got better things to worry about. The files. The names on the files. No, I'm not releasing the names on the file because my name is on the list too. But when I went over there, I did not know I have no sexual with that woman. That's the other president. And I sat beside the Puffy on the plane on the way over there. And Epstein was trying to fly the plane. I told him, don't fly. No, don't fly the plane. Don't fly the plane, Epstein. So that's why we locked him up. I still feel as though ain't nobody, he didn't off himself. And I don't even think he's off. I think he's back on his island chilling. That's what I think. That's right. If everybody think Tupac is still alive and they think Elvis is still alive, I can think Epstein is still alive. They let him out and put him on his island. Forget a pardon. We're going to say you done killed yourself. Now they trying to pardon the girlfriend so she can be on the island with her. That's what I think. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Y'all tell him, Uncle Mike, told you so. Shh. Peace out.